What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Gotti on the Gotti's World podcast, and this is another episode. You know what? I'm so happy that she here today. Like, I brought her in. I sent the DM. She hit me right back.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But I want to tell everybody who you are and what you do. But I'm pretty sure they already know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got my girl Paris McFarland here.
That is me.
She is the owner of McFarland and Walker Funeral Services and Consulting. Am I correct?
That is correct.
And I find you so interesting.
Really?
From when I used to know you into who you are now. And when I just, take a peek in your Instagrams and Facebook. First of all, you living.
I'm living my best life.
You living right now. I see you doing your thing on the boats.
I'm trying.
On the yachts or whatever. Whatever. Big money. Big money. But I want to get to know, and I want everybody on my platform to actually know what you do and how did you get to that point.
Okay.
What that journey was. So we're going to go all the way back.
Let's go all the way back.
And come on to the future.
Okay.
All right?
All right, let's go.
All right, so the first question. Where are you originally from?
I'm here from Chicago.
Okay. What part?
Well, south suburbs. Let's put it like that.
Okay. What part of the suburbs? You better shout that out.
So Dalton World. That's the Harvey probably man. Like, no, we're Harvey World. So I grew up in Dalton. You know.
Okay.
Back and forth, California too. That's what majority of my family are.
California? What part?
Cali, Los Angeles.
Because I am from Oceanside.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I was born
I never knew this.
See, this is the whole point of this.
Okay.
This is the whole point of all this.
Okay.
And so I want to know exactly how you were as a child. Like, how was it in your household?
Oh,
like,
I'm ready to talk.
Let's do it then. So I know, I kind of remember you as kind of like the silly girl.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Goofy.
When we crossed paths. Goofy, cracking jokes, talking a little shit, a little loud.
I wasn't that loud now. That was probably my friends.
You was loud.
I was behind them.
You was loud.
Maybe a little loud.
Okay. But what did that, were you always a funny, goofy kid back in the day?
No, well, actually, surprisingly, I'm like a church kid, pastor's kid. I grew up in a ministry home. You never know, right? So
wild.
Yes,
okay.
Right. That's what they say.
That's
right?
what they say.
Okay. So my grandparents raised me. They were very, very strict people, but I appreciate that now. You know, you have parents that say, you might not listen to me now, but years on, you're gonna remember what I say. You're gonna appreciate it. Yep. Well, I'm at that point. And I was at church every Tuesday, Friday for deliverance services. Saturdays was either ladies' prayer or it was youth Saturday. It was something. And Sunday school.
So then you was in there.
I was in there, the long skirts. My grandmother was like, you ain't wearing no pants.
Did you sit in the front?
I sat in the front. My grandfather made me sit in the front next to my grandma. And look, if I was doing a little bit too much walking, he would stop in his sermon and be like, sit down. I was like, yes, sir.
Did your grandma give you to sit your ass?
You know what? She didn't really do that. She was like calm because she knew my grandfather had everything in check. Okay. So he would give me that look and I just get myself right together. But, they were so strict, which I'm not mad about, but I think that that goes into parenting. Mm-hmm. Don't be so strict in your children because they'll just run wild. Because I ain't gonna lie, I probably did run wild. When I turned 18, went off to school, I was like, whoa.
What school did you go to?
I was at Iowa State.
Okay.
And then I was like a free bird. You know what I mean?
Got loose. What?
Loose. And not loose like that, but
no,
I just lived my best life.
We know.
I lived my best life. And then I was a young mom. I had my first daughter at 18. Okay. So she's 12 now. She'll be 13 next April.
Oh, we're going to get into the kids.
Okay.
We got to get into the kids.
But anyways, I grew up in church and that's who I am. And I'm a very spiritual person. Don't get the ratchet side twisted.
You always got to have that ratchet and righteous.
But when I'm saying God is the head of my life, I put him first, and he means everything to me because without him, I'm nothing.
I heard
For him, I live. Hey, I'm about to
Go ahead. You better do it.
Yeah, so.
But, okay, so give me the backstory on how you became like this powerful black woman, because when people look at you, first of all, you were named one of the 300 black women.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they reached out to me, you know, and it's doctors, all type of women from all different aspects, and they.
So, like I said, with you being this powerful black woman in your field, like, how did you come to that?
Okay,
to that point?
Well, let's go back some.
Let's do it.
So, you know, I went through my wild side of my life. You know
Okay.
what I mean? I've always had leadership in me. Growing up, my friends always wanted to see what I was doing and hanging out. I always been a leader, but a follower too in some aspect, but the leader not even really understanding that I was. And my grandfather, my grandmother, my aunts, uncles, they were all leaders in ministry. So it's in my bloodline. You know what I mean?
Makes
I
sense.
just didn't know at a young age how to use that leadership. What should I use my leadership for? I didn't know because I didn't know my calling back then. Now I know what my calling is, you know what I mean? And so I was like, you know, I don't know what to do. I'm moving this way. I move hop city to city because I moved LA, Vegas, came back to Chicago. You know, I had a few relationships that made me lose my mind.
We're gonna talk about that too.
Oh Lord. And you know, I was in a place where I was kind of lost. I had to find myself, and I'm like, who am I? And I never asked myself that question. I got to asking myself that question because somebody put it in front of me. Who are you? And I sat in a moment by myself, and I'm like,
was it like a family member, a friend that you would look to?
Because I'm like, you know, I'm running. I'm not stable as a person right now. And you know, when you have a calling upon your life, you're not gonna sleep at night. You're not gonna be at peace until you're supposed to be walking in your purpose. And so I was fighting the urge and things like that. I would go out, party, drink, go out on a couple of days, like just crazy stuff. And I still was not at peace. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in life. Or, you know, I've had some of the best jobs, made some of the best money, all of that. But I still was not at peace.
You wasn't filled.
Exactly.
Okay.
So my friend was like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm Paris McFarland. She was like, no, that's the name they gave you on the birth certificate. Who are you on the inside? And I didn't know.
You couldn't answer.
I didn't know.
Everybody came to that crowd. I had to do that myself too.
I didn't know.
So I understand where you was at.
I did not know. And, you know, as time went on, you know, I started doing things, you know, being single for a while. I started doing things that I like for myself, and you know, traveling is my life. I love seeing places and you know, doing different things. So I would go and do that, and after a while, you know, I came across my son's father, you know, a few years back, and you know, he's a successful person, and he's out here doing whatever he's doing, you know, and he's like, hey, you working for the man and you say this is your passion, the funeral industry, because I've always had a passion for it as a child. I would go to my funerals with my grandfather and watch him eulogize, and I would go to different chapels and sign the guest book, just be a weirdo, you know. And what you want to say something?
No. I'm just thinking. I'm taking it all in.
I was just always that weird person. And I worked for a funeral corporation before I started my own business. And he was like, you know, you sure? And I'm like, this is hard. I always knew I wanted to be in the funeral business for myself. But that was like a dream that was way ahead of me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that I was going to be doing it right now. And, you know, he was like, let's do it. And, you know, I hooked up with a funeral director that owns her own funeral home, Miss Tawana Collins. I got to shout her out.
Shout out.
Because that's my mentor in the funeral industry. She's been in there for about 26 years. She actually owns Sacred Memories Funeral Home. And she's very experienced. And she was like, come on, this is what you say you want to do. Let's do it. Even though she be out here doing all my dirty work for me too. Because she'll be texting me like, so yeah, she helped me. She talks to me. And she tells me this what you don't do, this what you do, because you know, she's still helping me now, you know, on my own. I'm a first year business owner, and thank God, with the love of God, it has been very successful, and I couldn't have done it without any of these people that have helped, me.
Damn.
So I'm thankful for that.
So when you say this was a passion,
Mm-hmm.
like how do one comes to say I want to be in a funeral industry? Like nobody says that when they're a kid. Nobody even thinks of that. So with your mindset, it had to be left. Not crazy left, but it had to be left to where it's like, okay, I see my grandfather doing this, so funeral home is just this is I'm going to.
Well, let me
that.
throw
I'm gonna
this
run
out
that.
because I missed this point. My mother, when she attended Chicago State when she was younger, and she had a little side job. She worked at a funeral home, a popular one, Cage Memorial Funeral Home. It's off like 70 something Jeffrey, whatever. And she was just a receptionist there, and she was working there. And I think, she got pregnant with me during that time. So I think that maybe that rubbed off on me as well in the womb. And then when I came out, being in the ministry, and then my grandfather doing all those services.
He was around it.
I was
So it
around
was kind of
it.
like, this is, if it's not the church, it's something aligned in some type of way.
Right. And let me correct this, because I don't want people to think like, oh, she just loved dead bodies or something. It's not even that, because sometimes I'll be running from the back like, oh Lord, you know what I mean?
And I have to ask you,
yeah, it bothers me.
Oh, okay,
It ain't
okay,
even just
okay.
that. What it is, I think I love the families that's grieving, because I love talking to them. I love hugging on them. That's my favorite. That's all I do. I go to the funeral and just hug them. Everybody do the dirty work, and I just hug the families.
Okay.
And that mean a lot to them.
Consoling.
I text them, and like they're my friends, because this is long term. You lost your loved one, but I'm here with you now and forever, because you still want to build those relationships, because you don't know who's going to pass on in their family, and they're like, hey, I had this good experience with McFarland and Walker Funeral Services. You need to call them so that they can help you, because it's just nothing with love. And most of our families, that's all they talk about, the love that they felt when they had you.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel wonderful that they felt that love.
So you must have had a lot of love when you were growing up as well.
Absolutely.
From of course, that grandma love.
Oh Lord,
grandma
I
love
miss my
something
grandmother
different, ain't it?
passed away in 2011. I'm still hurting, because there's no woman like her. They don't make women saved, sanctified, filled with the precious Holy Ghost like her no more.
They don't do that.
She taught me a lot of morals. Do I live up to all of them right now? No, I'm still young. I got a lot of room for that and improvement.
We still got time to fuck up.
However, I know what she taught me. And I know what's right, you know what I mean? And I have to, at some point, make her 100% proud for all the hard sweat, tears, and late nights that she dealt with me. You know what I mean? I feel like I have to do my due diligence for her. And even my grandfather, they were great, great parents to me. So
you're paying your respects in so many ways to them.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I
Now,
get
don't
that.
get me twisted. Again, I got my ratchet moments. I'm still human.
Exactly.
And people don't understand that. I want to hit on that too. So
You don't think we are?
let's hit on
You don't
this.
think
Let me go left real quick. We meet people and feel like we got to live a certain way, or for social media and do this and act this way. Because I was one of those people. Oh, I have to act like this. And no, I don't have to act like this. And I've been learning through situations that I've gone through, and even with my business, be yourself. Be who you are. If you corporate ratchet, you corporate ratchet.
It's a lot of them.
People are like,
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them.
Seriously.
You ain't gotta. It's
Do
a lot
your
of them.
thing and do your business too. You know what I'm saying? And I feel better with me being who I am, being as myself, instead of like just trying to act like this old Hillary Clinton, because I'm
You're
not
able
her.
to do both.
Exactly.
You're able to do both. You're able to put on your sneakers and put on and put on your heels at different times.
I'm at this point. Take me for who I am with my business and as a woman, or take me nothing at all. You either gonna deal or you not, and that's just life. People gonna deal with you if they want to. People already have that decision in their head, and I have to learn that. So at the end of the day, be you, because people are gonna respect you being real. At the end of the day.
Yes, they get that energy, they get that vibe, they get that. Oh, she fronting for this, or
Absolutely.
this. I don't know. I can't judge her right now because it feel different.
I'm not keeping up with the Joneses no more. I did that.
So you did that at one point in time?
I did that.
How did that feel?
It felt fake. It felt fried. It felt like, oh, I'm in this cage. I can't be who I have to hide under a rock. And you know what I mean?
When did you come out of that, though?
I came out of that recently. I went through some stuff, through some relationships or whatever like that. And I'm like, you know what? I deserve to be happy. I deserve my peace of mind. Take me for who I am or nothing at all as a person. And I don't mean just for a relationship, but that's just as a person. If you, like my friends, if you don't like who I am and I'm presenting myself to you, oh well, because this is who I am. This is who I am.
I feel you.
So,
being named one of the 300 black women, is this Chicago, right? Mm-hmm. How did that make you feel when you got that call? Like, what was your mind saying? What was your heart saying?
Well, actually, the founder of the company, Miss Dr. Tammy, shout her out.
Shout out.
She reached out to me because she wanted me to be a guest speaker, and I was like, me guest speaker? I'm a lame. No,
she said she a lame.
Girl, stop. You know what I mean? Because she was like, I see your Instagram and I just love who you are. Because I guess she saw my different personalities because I'm keeping it real, you know. So I was like, sure. But I didn't know what I was taking on. I just said yes because, you know, my grandfather always told me, you know, when opportunity comes knocking on your door, don't be turning that down all the time because you don't never know when it's going to come knocking again. You know, you don't know who you going to touch off just speaking. Even if it's just one, that's all that counts, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, sure. So I had like a week. I'm like, what am I going to talk about to these black successful women? They probably more successful than me. I don't know what I'm going to tell these women.
But you in there. So you there for a reason. And it had to, like, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
but you was there. You was there in the room, so that means you were somebody, and they wanted you there. So what was the feeling like when you got up there?
So that whole week, I was like, what can I talk about? I'm looking up stuff, or let me look into my life. And then it got to that day. Everything was a blank. As a matter of fact, that day, I ended up having a bad day, and I was like, oh my God, this is just all terrible. I'm about to tell her I can't do it. And I was just like, no. So, I got on and I was like, you know what? God, lead me. Put in me what you want me to share with these wonderful women. And I just started flowing. And I was talking, then I got comfortable. And then at the end of the call, it was all these women on the phone. They're like, oh, you inspired us. And you don't know how you touched me. And that made me like, my ambition went, whew. I was, okay.
Went out there.
No.
Rock on their ass.
No, but that made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just dab on them, you know. But that made me feel that like good that I could help somebody make them feel. Because let me tell you something. I be going through a lot of stuff. People don't even know. They'll look on Facebook and Instagram, oh, boat life, whatever, travel, she living her best. Yeah, I do. But don't get it wrong. It's some nights when I'm in the bed and I'm just boo-hoo, crying in the shower. So I go through personal.
Who do you go to? Who's the go-to? That's it?
For now, yes. Because, I had my times. You can't go to everybody when you're struggling because everyone isn't happy for you, and everybody wants to take what you're going through like, yeah, she's hurting, it's gonna break her down. They want to see you. So I've been learning to don't let people see you fall. Don't let, because they drive off that. I realized in the last year of me starting this business, a lot of people want to see me fall. Like, I'm up here trying to make moves and do things, and it's like they're not happy for me, and it's just like, why? And I'm not a hater. I want to take people with me. And someone told me, Paris, you can't be taking people with you because these people don't want to go with you. They want you to fall. You know what I'm saying?
How did you figure that out? Did you see certain moves people were making, or
absolutely?
And how many people did you have to let go along the way?
A lot. I mean, I'm down to a couple friends. Like, people be thinking I'm hanging out and living my best life. It may look like that, but sometimes I'll be at home. Some of the pictures I post, they might be from a few weeks back. You ain't even know, but I be under the cover, hair all over this way, looking bogus. I ain't even.
If they FaceTime you, it'll be something completely different.
They don't even know, but like, it's a lot of people that just hate that got more than me, and they're jealous. And it's like, you don't even got. I don't have a jealous bone in my heart. I promise you I don't. I love wholeheartedly, and I hate that because that's one of my flaws. I love so much, and I pour out so much into others where I become empty. And they'll be going on, and I'll just be there trying to fill myself back up. But you know what? That's how I was raised. I was raised on love. You know how they say some people are raised on love and survival? Well, I was the one raised on love. Because my family, they were pretty, good. I ain't never really had to struggle. I was kind of a little spoiled. However, I was raised
spoiled. I'm the only child. Yeah.
I was raised on love and respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's all I know. And it's like the world now in 2020, they don't know about love and respect. So they out here just hurting because they hurting because
everyone is for themselves right now.
Oh my.
You might have a few people along the way that care and that you run into that are genuine, and you link up with them and y'all do what you guys do and hang and you build relationships. But for the most part, I would say maybe 70% are like everybody for themselves.
Absolutely.
Crabs in a barrel, as I hate that damn thing. But it really is that in a way.
And it's messed up. And I don't like to get on race, but I'm big on race. And majority of that is our people. Because if you go and think about other races, they're a unit. They work together. They help majority of them.
Yeah. We're
divided as a people. I be saying that all the time. We hate each other for what? We don't want to help each other.
I don't say we hate each other. I wouldn't say we hate each other.
Angry?
We're not angry. We are angry, but we are angry towards different things. You know what I mean? But I would say we don't understand. It's a lot of things we don't understand. It's a lot of things that we have lack of knowledge of. That's what I'll say. We have a lack of knowledge of, so we don't know. We're out of the loop.
Okay.
And we're just now, the millennials and this generation are...
I agree with you, for sure.
They're better than what we were.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We're more smarter, but also we don't know that corporate side.
Let's go to lack of knowledge. I want to speak on that too while I'm on the air.
Come on with it.
Because I used to do these seminars about like insurance and pre-planning and all of that. Because in our Black community, in our homes growing up, we don't teach each other credit, or we don't teach each other insurance. And let's talk about the big part, insurance. They come in the funeral home or whatever, and most of the families don't have insurance, so they're looking for a big break or whatever. And it's like, other races do. Why don't we have insurance? They didn't teach us how important that was, and now we're struggling and trying to put a pot up together to pay for grandma's funeral or whatever the case is. So I was doing seminars for our people to try to teach them how important get a life insurance policy.
And that's what I was getting to next. With life insurance, tell us exactly what type of life insurance should we be getting, because it is different types and we don't know that. We just say life insurance just to have life insurance, but it's difference between term insurance, whole insurance, universal insurance. So explain what the difference is between that. Give us a little education on that.
Well, I think that it really depends on what your situation is, because some people are trying to get insurance and they're sick, they might have cancer, and they're like, oh, I can't get insurance. But there are some insurance companies that now that they are accepting people with certain disabilities, and they're working. There are some out there. Whole, I really like whole, because I think you reap more of the benefits when you're doing whole life insurance, right?
But it's more expensive, am I correct?
It is. Okay. It is. But come on, you pay for bang for your buck, if that's what you say. You want, although you might be gone and something happened to you, you want to make sure you're looking out for your family, whether it's your wife, your husband, your mom, your dad. You want to make sure that, they can go on, at least for the beginning, for first few years, if something happens to you. You know what I'm saying? But we're not educated to that. We don't know that. So then when we leave with nothing. How we leaving our people with nothing?
Everybody's just living for the moment now. A lot of us are living for just the moment. YOLO.
YOLO.
Yeah, they living by that, and they really don't understand the whole ordeal that comes with. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Especially when you got little kids that suffer
Mhm.
from even with these murders that's happening
Don't
with our
even
black
get me
men.
started.
I am gonna get you started.
Oh, Lord.
First of all, let me ask you, what does life mean to you?
Whew. What does life means in the littlest form? Everything to me. You know, I can't imagine just being on the fact that, let me think about my kids. Because when you say what does life mean to me, first thing I'm thinking about is my children, because my kids are crazy. My daughters.
How many do you have?
I have 2 daughters, 12 and 10. Then I have my 1-year-old son. My girls, they're growing up and they think that they're my mom. They be trying to tell me.
Kids well.
Hey.
Kids well.
Yeah. I was talking to them last night and they were just trying to give me advice. And I'm like, wait a minute, who's the parent here? That's how they, do. But when it comes to life, it means everything, because it's like, what if I'm gone? Who's going to tell them certain things, or how are they going to feel? What's going to happen with their lives if I'm not in there? Because, I'm not going to say, I've been the best mother ever, because I haven't. I had some moments where I was terrible as a parent. And I'm just admitting that. I was young. Like I said, I started off young, so I didn't know about parenting that young.
It ain't no book to it though. It ain't no book to that.
You know what I mean? But I love them, and it's just I'm making up for all of that now. From years back and time back, and we got this really close bond, and they're like, Mom, we love you. You deserve the best, and that makes me feel so good, because you know what? No matter what a parent does in their life, them kids gonna always love you. And that's what makes me like, all right, you know what? I have to go hard for my kids, because no matter what you do as a parent, they're gonna always love you to death.
Yes, unconditional.
That
unconditional love.
People don't appreciate life. That's why they out here just shooting each other like a game.
Yeah. Quick, let's go back for a quick second on the insurance part. Which one would you suggest?
Whole.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get better benefits from it, and your family can survive better with insurance with whole. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. And also, I'm licensed in the state of Illinois to do life insurance. So 708-265-6199. Give me a call if you need an insurance policy, because I got you. Come on. Our generational wealth. All sources of income. I need all my dollars.
Oh, I heard that.
I'm serious.
I heard that. Now, I'm gonna dive in and I'm gonna dive out.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Shout out to my boy Will. Shout out to my boy Will, the engineer and the owner of Envion Studio.
All right.
But do men find you intimidating?
Yes. And I hate that, because I'm not intimidating at all. I won't even hurt a fly, or just, they think that, and it's just like, a lot of people out here, they judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean? They might see on Instagram, they might see on Facebook and think they have this whole perception of you. So they won't even budge. I probably missed a few blessings because they done went on my Facebook like, but listen, baby, let me just tell you. You ain't that. Just get to know me first. But no, they do. And I'm not cocky, or I'm not big-headed or anything like that. I'm an old soul. I'm very loving and kind. And I believe in giving people chances and things. So I'm not intimidating at all.
Speaking of chances.
Oh, Lord.
Is it a special man in your life?
At the current time, no.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let me text them and let them know that she is single. Gotcha.
Who you didn't text?
They didn't ask. I didn't told a couple people that they was coming. I mean, that you was coming.
You told a couple people that?
Yeah, I said, I got my girl Paris. She coming. Oh, you talking about Shorty?
No, you didn't.
Let me see what's happening.
Whatever.
Hey, see what's up with her. Now, hey, so don't get mad if they flood your DMs now.
I ain't worried about it. They probably gonna go to that the hidden ones that I don't even see.
What does Paris look for in a man? What does her ideal man look like?
Okay, let's go before. Before I was just like, I want a man as long as he loved me. But that took me so many left paths. But really, I always knew what I wanted because I knew I grew up with a wonderful example, couple wonderful examples. My uncle, Odell McFarland, and my grandfather, Bishop Odell McFarland.
Odell.
Yeah, Odell.
Will, is that not an old name? Odell.
Leave Odell alone, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
They are very respectable men. My family have been married to their spouses, 30 plus years, 20 plus years, all that. And I watched my grandfather kiss the ground my grandmother walked on. I mean,
That's that old school love.
my grandmother was just so submissive to him, and she'd have his food ready. I remember she used to be on the phone with whoever she was on the phone with. She would hear him coming in the garage. She was like, "Oh, I have to go. My husband is coming in. I got to make sure dinner is ready." But when he came in, the bed was made. Everything smelled so good. The food was right. Oh my God. I'm still working on that point to where she had, but she just had everything together. Like, she had it where he couldn't even complain. And so he did certain things for her. He had to make sure, "Hey, honey, here's my check when I come in." He knew that he had a wife that was his backbone, and he respected her. He always acknowledged her, and that's a big thing with me. Acknowledge the woman that you love. Acknowledge the one that you respect. Don't put her behind the scenes to put you in front of the scenes. If that's your lady and she's the backbone and your partner, y'all together is one. You know what I mean? But let's go back to what I look for. Into you. We
that old school
right,
love.
I had to elaborate.
Go ahead.
On it, but I look for that same thing in a man that's gonna respect me, put me first, and put me, as his partner, and wants to build with me, give me that time, attention, little affection. I am a Pisces, so I am a hopeless romantic. So I like little candles and little rose petals split. Don't burn the house down, I just little things like that. And I'm not the one that you got to go buy me a Bentley truck or anything like that. I've never been that.
So you're
type.
not materialistic.
That red bottom stuff. People look at me and think that's the woman that I am, but I'm here to say I'm not that woman at all. I've never. Now, have I got some of those gifts? Absolutely. You know what I mean? But I've never been that type. I just want you to tell me a couple times, "Hey, I love you, baby, and I appreciate you." Or wake me up when you about to get up in the morning, give me a kiss. "Hey, baby, I'm going to work. Have a wonderful day." Let me know you're going to pray for me. Just the little things,
So I'm on the right path. My wife tell me that, and she say, "I'm glad. I like when you do that.
Yeah.
I love when you tell me." So I'm on the right path.
That's why you and your wife are my favorite couple.
You better say it.
I love y'all.
You better say that.
I love y'all.
Come on now. Shout out, baby. Hey, I love you.
Hey,
bro.
girl, Miss Woods.
Okay. Now, can you cook?
Can I?
You can throw down?
Absolutely. My grandmother from West Point, Mississippi, she had me in that kitchen cooking. I just cooked the other day because my friends asked me to cook.
Do you have enough time with all the business and everything? Do you have enough time to do all that?
You make time for what you want in life. And if I have a man, I'm going to cook for my man. I'm going to make sure he get fed. I'm going to make sure my kids get fed. However, if it's just me, I might make up a little something, but I don't mind going to get me some Sharks chicken.
Sharks right over there. You ain't never lied.
Right over there. I don't mind, going, but I will throw down a meal. And so it's so funny. I cooked Sunday.
Okay, what you cooked?
I cooked some macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
I cooked some greens. I cooked some yams. I cooked some cornbread. I cooked a whole chicken. I did a little salmon on the side for some special people.
Come on
now.
So with kids, being an owner, time for yourself, how do you balance all that? and want a man in that equation? How do you balance that?
In life, people make time for what they want. Like, perfect example. President Obama was the president of the United States. So you know how full and heavy his job was. However, he still made time for Hawaii vacations. He still made time to do things with his family, because when you understand what is important in your life and what is significant for you, you're going to square off a little box and say, hey, this is a part of my schedule. This is on my calendar. And you're going to put it in there, and you're going to make it happen regardless of what you got going on. I'll just say you got to make it happen. You got to make it happen.
I feel that.
You know, because you don't want people to feel all down like, man, you just have this going on. You doing this. You're not thinking about me. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Make it happen.
What would you tell a young woman that wants to get into the funeral service business? What steps will she have to take to actually get there?
Okay, if she wants to,
if it was 3 or 4 steps, how would she get it started?
Okay, well, if she wants to be a licensed funeral director, I'd say go to school. There's different options where you can go online. Well, with COVID, majority of it is going online, but go to school. Find a funeral home that you can, someone will allow you to, go in and work and get some experience. Because let me tell you, some of these funeral homes out here, they just mean. I said it. They're just mean. Like, I'm telling you, years back, I wanted to get in for experience. And they was like, we family owned. We only let family members work here. And I get it, but it's just like, dang, you won't give a chance or opportunity, you know what I mean? But I will say this to say the least, follow your dreams. If that's what you really want, that's what you really want to do, whether it's the funeral industry or whatever job, career, follow your dreams. And always tell people what you want to do, because you never know who's going to be out there to help you. Because that's what happened. I did tell someone what I wanted to do, and they did help me, because this is just not a me thing. I didn't do this. Like I told you, I never imagined that I would be having my own business right now.
This soon.
Oh, I got help. You know what I mean?
So it was a networking thing.
Absolutely.
You reached out.
Yeah, I reached out.
Okay. So they could reach out to you.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm in the business of linking. I'm not a hater. I want everybody to grow, and I just want more of our people to be like that. Help somebody. Help the next one. It's enough money out here for everybody. It's enough resources in any aspect of life. Look, you got the government throwing money at us. You know what I'm saying? Right now at this moment. Like, help each other out. Come on, everybody is hurting right now. During this COVID period that we killing each other, we're losing our minds at home with our kids and our spouses. It's a downtime. I just asked someone today, I was on the phone, I said, do you think that, this is a phase we're going through, or this is our new norm? I'm wondering what the next few years are gonna be like. And they were like, I think this is a new norm. And that kind of like hurt my heart, because I love travel.
I doubt it.
You don't think so?
Nah.
You think we're gonna get over that patch?
Indeed, we are.
I don't know. I'm just tired of leaving my mask in the car every time I go in a Walmart, and they're like, "You can't come in because you need a mask." I'm like, "Well, my car is all the way in the back." So, yeah, I just hope we get over there. But like I said, this is a time. Also, this is a time to build a business that you want.
Yes, it is.
Man, I've seen so many people starting their businesses during this COVID. I'm like, okay, sis.
Speaking of starting a business, how much funding do you have to do to actually get into this business? To have your own, to be an owner? Like, do you have to have what type of credit?
It depends on, again, the help that you have, what you're specifically trying to do. And it just all depends on the situation. But you can go ahead and plan what you want to do out, and then reach out to people to get their advice, and then go from there. It is different strokes for different folks.
Now, this is a question I want to. I'm taking a left turn right quick.
Oh Lord, you and your left turns.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that. No, like, we're talking about men right now. Okay. Not relationship men, but it's like
we can talk about relationships too. Okay, we're not touching that tonight.
We've lost a lot of our men, a lot of black men. From George Floyd, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Even recently, we just had a Chicago artist FBG Duck.
Right. That's crazy.
A lot of things just happen.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about, first of all, how do you feel about black men, and how do you feel about the violence?
Okay, well, let's go to black men. First of all, I think that our black men getting killed is very terrible. Also, I think that our black men need a lot of help. Like, let's go back to the young boys. They're growing up in these rough neighborhoods, hardships, adversities. Most of their fathers are on drugs, or they're in prison, or they're dead. Moms are on drugs. They might live with aunts or grandmothers. They're in a community where there's no resources, nothing for them to do. So all they know is drug dealing. All they know is, hey, I got a gun on my hip, so I look cool, I feel cool. So that's all they know. And no one goes back to that love and survival. No one taught them to love, so all they know is survival. It's a game for them, so they don't cherish life, so they're out here just shooting each other and they don't care. I'm
gonna give a little bit of pushback on that.
Okay.
Because I in some ways that is the case,
mm-hmm.
and in some ways that's what the media could portray.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it is women like my mother.
Mm-hmm.
She was at work 9-10 hours, 12 hours, and I would be home getting into shit. You know what I mean? Just getting into a lot of shit. So
mm-hmm.
it's a lot of working women and a lot of working men out here, but that time being spent because we got to go get that. We got to go get that to bring it back home.
Right.
It's the time is not spent. You know what I mean?
I get that.
So it's kind of like we're trying to find our way because our parents are trying to go provide, which is like one of them catch-22s. I'm trying to go provide, but I'm leaving my kid here and trying to spend some of the time with them. So, and with YouTube and shit like that, they trying to learn and growing up and being, trying to find their way. You know what I mean? So it's not all just neighborhoods, and that is a big thing, but it's kind of like the time being spent with their kids.
With that being said, let me tell you this.
Then we're gonna get back into the violence.
I think that support systems are important, and many people say, "Oh, I don't have support systems." Let me tell you, they might say, "I don't have sisters or moms to help me with my kids," or whatever the case is. Back in the day, they said it took a village to help raise these children.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on the door. I mean, you might not have the most stable, but back then they had the grandmas and the church mothers. All right, just bring your son. Oh, you said you'd be off at 7? All right, get them right and checking those. That's what they had back then. So that's why I think some of the men that grew up in that are way different. They don't have that no more. They don't have that village. Hell, the village is scared.
Village ain't even a village.
They scared. They scared of these kids.
The village ain't in a
they
village.
Scared. You know what I mean?
I get you on that.
They scared, but I think that not resources, but a village and a support system for a mother like you had that works all those hours is very important. Like, people will say, "Hey, there's nobody." There's somebody. You just gotta kind of keep pushing for it sometimes.
Because in a way, some people just don't want everybody watching their kid with all the, you know what I'm saying, all the crazy people in the world and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I do get that.
Absolutely.
I definitely get it. But like I said, with our black men and the violence and things like that, how do you deal with that? How do you feel about that when you're seeing these, but also they're coming into your establishment and the families are hurting?
Let me tell you, first of all, I love black men, right? I feel like black men are the next generation. They're supposed to be. Our black men are so smart, and then it's like, not only are other people taking, but we're taking our own out. And then to see those mothers when they're just, "Oh my God, my baby," that hurts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That
hurts. They can never get their son back. So we're cutting off the next doctor, the next Obama, the next surgeon, or whatever lawyer. We're cutting those off. We're gonna be distinct after a while. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So
I get you.
It's very hurtful. I don't think that we understand that in our heads. And it's like we can come up with all these plans and different things, but what action are we going to take? It's a lot of people out here talking, like saying what we can do, what needs to happen. but what are you going to do? What verb are you going to portray? Because that's what needs to really happen. People need to get out. I just go back to this. My grandfather went in the hoods. He was a light-skinned, tall man. He went in these hoods, got these gangbangers off the street, letting them know, hey, I love you. I'm going to help y'all. You have so much going for you. You have a whole life ahead of you. You don't have to do this. Yeah, right. He got them. Some of these men own their own businesses.
Took him by the coattail. He grabbed him by the coattail.
I gave up my bed sometimes.
Yes. Now, yes.
Who is that Smokey? He ain't coming in here. Agree. But I did. You know?
We don't have that accountability. We don't have the big homies. We some of these little niggas is big homies to the big homies. You know what I mean? So it's wild. What would you, speaking of solutions, what is a solution that you could do on your behalf to some of the violence? Real quick.
Okay. Just like him. I'm working on some things now.
Yes.
I don't want to talk. I'm going to go in there. My little skinny, little light-skinned self. I got a little team that I'm building right now. Like, what can we do for these boys? Even the girls, too. You know, they getting shot, too. These girls get these kids shot. Like, what can we do? And it's really love. A lot of people, I think love will change the world, but we know the world's not going to be all about love all the time.
That's a fact.
But I'm going to go in there physically. I'm going to do that verb. I'm going to take that action. Right. That's what we need to do. Because we can talk all the time. I could say what I'm going to do all the time, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to do. You're going to see me. You're going to see I'm going to put it on Facebook. You're like, okay, P-Mac. I'm not P-Mac no more. Okay, Paris.
No, you P-Mac. You P-Mac. You P-Mac still. Well, whatever. You still P-Mac.
But you know what I'm saying.
I got you.
Yeah, so.
Now, this is the fun part. We at the end. Okay. This is the fun part. I call this the 10-name game.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so the instructions is I'm gonna fire off 10 names or 10 things, and you have to give me your answer in a one-word answer.
Oh my God.
So I'm just gonna say something random, and in a one-word answer, you have to give it to me. Whatever pop in your head.
Get a practice?
Nope. Okay. If I say studio, you say
microphone.
Boom. That's what. Plain Jane. Got it?
Okay. TV. Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Shake it off. Cause you look tight.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. You ready?
I guess so.
All right, here it go. Kanye West.
Kim Kardashian.
Death.
Life.
Bobby Brown.
Whitney Houston.
Suge Knight.
Tupac.
George Bush.
Barbara Bush. Don't laugh at me.
All right. Okay. Sex.
What? Oh God!
What? Did you say whipped?
No.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry.
We know what her. Hey, we gonna have a sound effect in there when she said that. Sound effect. We got a sound effect. I got. Yes.
Please put a sound.
Okay. Love and hip hop.
Oh God, I don't watch that show. Slim Jim. I don't know.
What?
I don't know who the people.
One word answer. One word.
What's that guy? Somebody help me. Love and hip hop. I don't know.
Anything. What comes to your mind?
Somebody help me with. Come on, live. Can we skip that one?
Okay.
I don't know that one.
Walmart.
Target.
Mama McFarland.
Oh Lord, what you gonna hit me with that? Paris.
Last one. You ready?
Nope, but come on.
Paris McFarland.
Paris McFarland. Amazing.
Hey. Give it up. Clap it up. I give you an A minus.
Okay.
Because you couldn't get love in hip hop, but we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna no.
Chrissy. Jim Jones.
Okay, cool.
A+?
You still get A. No, you still get A minus. No. So you passed the game.
Okay.
I appreciate you for being here.
Absolutely.
I thank you for giving us this information. Your take on things, and people just knowing what you do and have access to you, as you would say. And when they see this, I hope they flood.
I hope so, because let me tell y'all, people, this is just
not flood your business
real.
with death.
But no,
not that.
Whatever, because I do insurance too.
Insurance. With insurance. And if they were to have a loved one pass, they will come to you. They will see this and come to you so they can get that love and grieve the right way.
Absolutely, and I'll give you my information.
Go ahead, spit it out, throw it out.
Paris Ashley, if you want to know my middle name.
Hey now.
McFarland, and if you want to call me, you can call me at 708-265-6199, 708-265-6199.
Instagrams, all that.
Let me give you the good one. Okay, the business Instagram is MW underscore funeral home. And then, my Facebook is Paris McFarland. That's my name. So reach out to me for whatever. Even if you feeling down and you like, hey, I think she can give me a couple words of affirmation. Just know that I can. I'm one that be going through some stuff myself. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that help out of me no matter the storm. And I'm going to help you. That's what heals me, pouring out to others. So
I love that. I love your energy. When they see this, they gonna love your energy.
I hope so.
The guy's gonna flood your DMs.
Oh Lord!
And I hope you make me.
He better give me time, loyalty, and attention. Cause I ain't playing.
That's the black woman. That's the dark skin coming out. That's the dark skin part coming out.
That's what he gotta give me. He gotta know how to pray too.
I heard that. Well, y'all already know where y'all can find me. Instagram official_ YUNG Gotti. Also on Facebook, Irvin Woods Jr. And also, I got my merch. Y'all see it, the Young God t-shirts.
I need that shirt. Pink, black, whatever, black.
I got you.
Black.
You ain't gotta worry about it. The Young God shirt, y'all get that merch, man. I got a lot. Y'all pre-order with me. And another successful episode.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you and I owe you one.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
I'm coming back, right?
You damn right you're coming back. You damn right you're coming back. Okay. This is the Gotti's World Podcast, man. We out of here. You're...
Newness, here's the anthem. Put your hand up that you shoot with. Count your loot with. Push the pool stick in your new crib. Same hand that you...